Well, I wish I knew, when he was alive so we could talk about it. He could share his stories with the kids.
Nearly 2 decades after his death, the daughter of a World War II Air Force vet is making some amazing discoveries about her dad's wartime heroics.
So on this Veterans Day, she is telling the story that her father kept quiet for most of his life.
Fox 32's Dane Placco reports on how the greatest generation is still revealing its secrets.
I knew my dad was a POW and he was shot down over Czechoslovakia, but he never talked about it.
Like many veterans, James Sullivan didn't like to talk about his wartime experiences, and when he died in 2003, it seemed as though his stories would also go to the grave.
I'm sure they wanted to forget, so they just came home and started their lives again, married, had family, worked.
And put it behind them.
And put it behind them, yes.
Sullivan's daughter, Adrienne Gable, found some old military papers and medals in a drawer and recently decided to see whether they could answer some lifelong questions.
It's just amazing. It's fantastic. And then, we learned more.
Adrienne was stunned to learn that her dad and his twin brother Tom flew together on 25 bombing runs throughout Europe during the war. In August of 1944, they were shot down over Czechoslovakia, parachuted to the ground, and were held in POW camps until the end of the war.
They crashed, and most of them bailed. 2 crew members died.
Adrienne was also amazed when she learned that her father and her uncle's names are now on a commemorative plaque in the Czech Republic, honoring those B-24 crews that helped beat the Nazis. And the remains of their downed plane are on display in a nearby museum. Now, on this Veterans Day, knowing what he went through, Adrienne wishes she could have one more conversation with her dad.
This was his life. This was a part I didn't know.
What would you say to him if he were still here today?
Oh, I'd give him a big hug and I'd say thank you so much. We appreciate what you did.
As do all of us. Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.